So yeah, so apparently Lil Boosie was talking about having his teenage son, I believe he was 14 at the time, have sex with a prostitute. And no one is more, heterosexual than Lil Boosie. You know, this
I
dude
mean, just the name alone, Little Boozy. There's nothing. Little Boozy.
can't even challenge his manhood.
Nope. Even though he's little, but that's fine.
He
That's fine.
paid for a prostitute to have sex with his 14-year-old son to ensure his son is straight. Want to make sure. And that nothing screams straightness like paying for your underage kid to have sex with a prostitute to ensure.
What a privileged little boy. This is they say that black privilege doesn't exist. It's a. Can you imagine if he did that to his daughter? Can you imagine? What the hell is wrong with people, man?
I don't get it, man. You have people like T.I. coming out saying ridiculous stuff when T.I. is apparently under investigation for sexual assault and kidnapping a bunch of women with his wife. Apparently, you have all these people with questionable histories and past coming out in defense of the baby, and I'm like, well, it's not really hard to see what side of history I need to be on. You guys are making it
Yeah. It seems like people. It always seems like people with these extreme views. They're always hiding something. There's always some deep dark shit that's going on. You know what I mean? Like I wonder what Lil Boozy is hiding inside his closet. You know what I'm saying? It's like always some. I mean, paying for his son to have sex.
He was in jail.
Yeah.
So, and we were talking earlier about how that is a factor that we don't discuss enough within our community, within even within our families and our social networks. So maybe that's a factor to it. But I will say he did say something recently after this whole situation got started, where he said in a live feed that is in a few years it's not going to be normal to be straight. You got these. They're making it hard for men who are trying to be straight. And I'm like, if you're trying to be straight, then you ain't straight.
Yeah. how hard is it making it, Lil Boozy? Is it making it hard? Is it really? Yeah.
Because I mean, I'm a person, I don't like necessarily seeing images of other dudes' penises. But at the same time, seeing another dude's penis is not going to make me go, oh my goodness, I got to give that dude head in the parking lot. I got you. Right. It's making me do it. It's like, man, listen, if that's the
guess who won't be inviting you to the next concert? Guess who won't be inviting you to the next concert, sir? You just talked your way out of a ticket. How about that?
Is he going to have one? Is he going to be able to have one? Who's going to put him on?
Yeah, why is it that seeing people of a different sexual orientation than you on TV, why doesn't that work for gay people? Because there's tons of straight people making out and having sex in movies all the time, and for some reason, this form of conversion therapy doesn't seem to be working for a great amount of LGBTQ people. So I don't know, why does it only work one way?
Maybe it's something about straight sex that just isn't like hitting the mark, but gay sex just there's a switch in our minds that when we see it, we just boom, all right, we're gay. Where we're struggling to hold on to the straightness. I don't know. Yeah. I've seen gay sex. I've talked to gay friends about gay sex. There is nothing appealing about it to me. If anything, it seems like torture.
So the answer is don't do it. I think at the end of the day, it's like if it doesn't appeal to you, like you don't have to take part in it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You don't have to unless you're talking about an assault, you don't have to have sex with anybody or see anybody have sex that you don't want to.
And here is my thing. And you have rappers that are saying these images of gay people doing things they consider to be gay is going to have a negative impact on people who are straight or kids who are trying to be straight. All right. So a lot of your music is full of violence, misogyny, just straight up insensitive statements about women, right? Drug use. So does your music have an impact on the youth too? Because if you want me to believe that images of gay people in media will have a negative impact on the youth, that negativity being straight people turning gay, then doesn't your music have a negative impact on the community? Like you can't have one without the other. If you're gonna have that line of logic, you gotta follow that line all the way through. So that means
which is
that you are also negatively impacting the youth with some of the music that you're making. I don't see how you can't stick to that argument. You can't choose.
Yeah, the pendulum swings both ways. I mean, not to make a pun out of the whole thing, but I think the other thing is that what seems to be for a lot of, especially people of my generation and older, because what it looks like is that homosexuality or queerness is being normalized. So all of a sudden you have a lot more people coming out as being queer. So it seems like it's making more queer people, but guess what? There've been all kinds of queer people, that you didn't know were queer. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could think of many artists, that Paul Mooney just died, and people are in question about his queerness for all time. So what's going to happen is, I think what will happen was that people that were afraid, people that lived their lives in fear because they grew up in a homophobic society, were in the closet. And what's happening now is that it's being more normalized. So people that normally wouldn't have come out feel free to do so. So again, this is kind of more of a zero-sum game. It's not that there are more people that are queer, there are more people that feel safe because the society is safe for them to come out, and so people are gonna have to be ready for that.
Yeah, and on the flip side of that, you had these people were scared for their life to come out. Right. And all of a sudden now they feel comfortable enough to come out. And we're talking about people like Marvin Gaye and Luther Vandross were rumored to be gay. There's rumors that Richard Pryor, slept with Marlon Brando and James Baldwin. So I don't know if he slept with James Baldwin, but there's rumors he slept with Marlon Brando.
No, Marlon Brando slept with Marvin Gaye, Richard Pryor, and James Baldwin. And apparently, according to Quincy Jones, would also fuck a mailbox. So even the postal service wasn't fully safe from Marlon Brando. Richard Pryor admitted to having gay sex in his autobiography and talked about fucking Paul Mooney at his own roast. So there is all that too, but 70s were a crazy time.
It's nice to know they had a very nice partnership. The Marlon Brando and Richard Pryor one was funny because I just cannot, like, I just trying to imagine how that works. Was he cracking jokes?
Because you imagine he's cracking jokes. You know what I'm saying? Marlon Brando sees Richard Pryor's dick. He's like, the horror.
I'm gonna make you an offer you can't refuse. Well, you better refuse. I'm about to pop it in.
How is that? Oh my God. Why doesn't Dave Chappelle still have his show? That would make a great bit. You know what I mean?
That should have been on a Dave Chappelle episode. I don't know. I love Negro Dominus, but come on. Real Hollywood stories, and you didn't have Paul Mooney come on there and give some good old background information about what's going on in the 70s and 80s.
But that goes to show you, man. That goes to
it's people have there's a fear. There's a fear of being gay. There's this fear that, like, because of homosexuality, it's not even being normalized. It's being, I wouldn't even say accepted, it's being tolerated. Like if you see the animosity that people had against Lil Nas X for his two videos. Now the Montero video, I understand what the backlash was against that. I was like, dude, all right, that's too much. But the Industry Baby video, I'm like, there's
well, that was was it because Satan was involved?
yeah, I think it was the
so
666 shoes. I mean, like, dude, come on, man. Like, you're known for Old Town Road. This is this is like in a different universe. It's like if you showed me, if I didn't know who Lil Nas X was, and you showed me Old Town Road, and I'm like, all right, there's signs in there that he is gay, though, by the way. Like, I mean, he does not, like, looking back, it's like, oh yeah, there are telltale signs. But look, I mean, looking at that video and then looking at Montero, I'm like, are these the same guy? Is this the same dude? There's evolution.
Well, he came out between, right? But I think didn't he come out after Old Town Road, like leading up to Montero? So it was like at that time they didn't even know he was gay, right?
They didn't. Yeah. A lot of people did not. Right. And Old Town Road probably wouldn't have been as popular if people knew he was gay, right?
Right.
But that song did put him on the map. You have a certain idea that people are expecting to get that type of music from you, and you come out with Montero. I understand the message behind Montero. I understand a lot of the symbolisms and things that's in the video. At the same time, of course, you're gonna have that video is gonna rub people the wrong way. You're taking a stripper pole ride to hell, giving the devil a lap dance, like. Meg Thee Stallion could have made that video and it would have had backlash. And then you had Industry Baby where you have dudes twerking in the prison. You have a whole scene where dudes are completely naked. And there's apparently an uncensored version I hear where it's just like completely uncensored. But like, I don't know how you don't expect backlash. You saw the hell that people gave Megan Thee Stallion and Cardi B for WAP. Like, you know, his Lil Nas X argument was, hey, if they can do WAP, I can do this. It's like, you saw they got backlash for that. Like that, they didn't just do that and
and he got backlash too. That's why I didn't understand when the babies. Yeah, that's why when the baby was like, well, Lil Nas X could do his thing and it's all peace. It wasn't peace. He received a lot of backlash. I think he knew there was going to be backlash, and he did it. The backlash, because honestly, I'm not even sure how good a song Montero really is. Like if it were just a song, you know, like shout out to Childish Gambino, This Is America. Like I don't know if you'd be pumping that song without the video included with it. That's what makes the statement powerful, you know.
To be honest with you, I actually like the song Montero, and I like his new song Industry Baby, but like listening to it by itself without the video, I think allows you to get more of the message. No, I'm being for real. Like reading the lyrics, like the one thing I can say about Lil Nas X, he makes good music. He makes music that like, all right, I can work out to this. I can sit down, you know, drink to this. Like this is some dope music, right?
Really? Okay.
But
he lost me with Old Town Road. He lost me. He was doing Billy Ray Cyrus covers. Billy Ray Cyrus is just like, you know, any fan of Bill Hicks, any fan of the comedian Bill Hicks knows what I'm talking about. Billy Ray Cyrus, let's hunt and kill Billy Ray Cyrus. That's all I got to say. Let's hunt and kill.
Well, he has
Billy Ray Cyrus.
He has different versions of that song with some other people, I think. So, well, I'm not for sure about that. Don't quote me on that. There's different covers of the song, so you can cut Billy Ray Cyrus part out and put in someone else's version of it if you want to. The point is,
I won't be listening to that either.
The point is, the dude makes good music. He makes his videos provocative for a reason, because that's what, you know, gets attention nowadays. And Lil Nas X is a master troll. He's a master troll on social media.
Sure.
So he has a lot of these rappers mad. He has these guys mad. A lot of them are probably mad because, you know, they probably find him attractive. They're like, God damn, dude looks pretty good. Give me these feelings.
My dick moved. I liked his apology. I liked his apology video. That was great. That was the best non-apology I've ever seen in my life, man.
Yeah.
Have you seen that one?
Yeah, I've seen it. I've seen he's made a lot of those types of. That's what Lil Nas X knows how to play on people's emotions. He knows how to troll. He's hilarious. Dude's funny.